Everybody, this is Dr. Christy Taylor, and welcome to another episode of the Career Coach RX Podcast. And today we are here live with career coach Ann Shields. She is a career professional with over 25 years of leadership experience in college and university career services. We are excited to have her today. She is the founder of Lighthouse Career Coaching. And thank you so much for joining us today. And we're excited to have you. And we're talking about the Great Resignation. And that is a great topic today because we're going to talk about job transition, but we're also going to prepare ourselves for the new years ahead and talk about leaving behind the old and bringing in the new. So if you're joining me live on TikTok, we have Ann Shields here today. She is a certified career coach with over 25 years of experience. You can see the live video feed by joining us on Facebook, YouTube, and our StreamYard platform. So Ann, thank you so much for being here today. We're excited to have you. And go ahead, tell us a little bit about yourself and what inspired you to get into career coaching.
Sure. And thanks, Christy, for inviting me to join you and your audience today. I did not plan to be a career coach. And I'm pretty sure most of us don't grow up thinking, when I grow up, I want to be a career coach. It's the kind of thing that you find yourself in, as it is with many people with many careers. I was a history major. I love to learn, but history companies don't come to campus and recruit. So, I was like, well, history, I can teach. Wrong answer. I could be a lawyer. Not a chance. So I could be an archivist or librarian. That's not going to work either. So I didn't know what the world of work is. And when you tell people, oh, you can be anything you want, that's not helpful if you don't know what's out there. I had a great mentor who helped me think about career decision-making in a way that I hadn't heard of before. And that is to start with myself. What am I interested in? What are the skills I have that I actually like to use? What's important to me? Yeah. And from there, I said, well, I'd like to be a grown-up full-time camp counselor. And well, that wasn't likely to happen. But then she helped me think about where would those skills and those values come into play. And I found myself thinking, I'd like to work on a university campus with young adults, teaching them, but I don't want to be in a classroom. Okay, so that sounded kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I started off working in residence life and then really missed kind of the education piece. And I started working as an intern in a career center and loved it. I knew right away that it matched my skills, interests, and values. So I continued down that path, loving it, moving into leadership roles. And then the strangest thing happened. It's life. Life happened. And I found myself being attracted by titles and paychecks. And I found myself veering away from the thing that gave me joy.
Isn't that amazing, right? How we always, I do want to say this. I don't know if it's a thing with history teachers, but you don't know this about me, but I also teach history. And here we are, both career coaches, right? And somebody asked me, what inspired you to be a career coach? I don't think, it's exactly what you said. When you're younger, I don't think sitting around, nobody's like, hey, I want to be a career coach. Now, I do remember at 19, this was something that I was truly passionate about. I always thought it would be in the form of career counseling, like, the counselors, that same path that you were on. But to your point, we progress in our careers, and then we get to a point where the titles and the paycheck and all those great things become important, right? Because we want the recognition for our hard work. So here you are in the midst of your career. You've transitioned from what you're truly passionate about. You're chasing the titles, and then what happens?
Well, I'm the sole breadwinner. My husband actually stayed home and raised the kids, and there's the trailing spouse. And I started thinking about, well, all the weight's on me. I've got to be doing this. I have to be successful. I have to grow in my field. And I lost me along the way. And it took me multiple years of growing unhappiness and declining physical and mental health to realize I needed to get out of where I was. It was toxic for me, the environment, the culture, the skills I were using. I didn't like using them, and I wasn't really good at them. There's a lot of detail oriented and planning. I'm a big picture person. So I did something that all career coaches always tell their clients: don't quit without a job. I quit without a job. But I also knew that I was so, the word that comes to mind is disabled. I had been so unhappy in my work. I couldn't think my way out of, well, what else do I want to do? I wanted out. That's all I knew. I was running away from something rather than professionally moving to something. So I took some time to get to know myself again, to recalibrate, and to think about what work is meaningful to me. What are the skills, the values, and the interests